Hey, Nathan here. This is just a quick announcement video. I want to discuss a couple things. One of them is a website update, and another one is a helpful comment for future tutorials, which I will put a snapshot of the comment and I'll mention it where it was from so you could see it. I was not able to reply to the comment, so I wanted to give a shout out to whoever commented on it and just let them know that I saw the comment and I took their suggestion and I will use it in future videos. Okay, so I wanted to do a update to my website that will. I like the design and I like most of the way that the design looks, but I do not like a few things about it. One of the things that I do not like about it is that if nobody visited my site for a while, the first visitor, it would take about 30 to 45 seconds for the site to load. Now, some people might sit and wait, but most of the time, if a website takes more than 10 seconds to load, people just close out of it. So I wanted to change that, and one of the things I'm doing is I'm moving it to Squarespace. Now, one of the problems by doing that is Squarespace cannot use the HSTS, the HTTP Strict Transport Security header file, which makes the site upgrade every request to HTTPS, and anything that is standard HTTP is just ignored. It's automatically upgraded to HTTPS. So I had to update my site to clear out the HSTS cookie or a header file, and if you visit the site, you will get that update. It will clear out of your browser and it will be ready for the move to Squarespace. So my Squarespace site is up. You can look at it. It's just this long link. I'm waiting probably a month or so to point my domain to this version because I want people to get that HSTS update since this Squarespace cannot use that. So one of the things about this is I updated the main page. I added a few. I was not able to do this the way I wanted to. So I had to get around that, and I just added useful links up here. Now, I was able to do some of it that I wanted, and I could not display the title of the tutorial or project or whatever, because if you click that title, it'll take you to the gallery, which I did not want to happen. So I created thumbnails for each and every video, and that took about a few hours to do. And you'll see the title of the series and then the title of the video. And then here's the description, and you can download anything. This one doesn't have a download link, and this one doesn't either. But if it does, you can download it directly from here. And then I added a games section and a community section. Another good thing about this, if you go to the series, it's a drop down now. And let's go to Monogame Basics. So most of the series will have an introduction, and that's not going to be labeled tutorial 1, 2, 3. It's going to be officially labeled tutorial 0, and it's going to be an introduction. So that's a big video file. It's at the top. It's not part of the grid here, so it's separate from the listing. So there's tutorial 1, tutorial 2, tutorial 3 down here. This is not tutorial 0. It's tutorial 0 on YouTube for the playlist format, but on here I opted out of the tutorial 0 for the image. And then you can switch series here. They all have the same thumbnail, flocking. They all have the same thumbnail. And if there's something tutorial or series wide, it will be at the top. If it's tutorial specific, it'll be under the tutorial description. Podcast, There's one podcast video, and this one will be on there as well. Games, I'm still getting the games done for Monogame and DirectX. The help will look familiar. That just links you to the forums. And then back to index. And then if you click any one of these, it'll take you to that section. So just a small update, but the biggest thing is moving it to Squarespace. It loads much faster the initial time, and it's much more responsive, and it's a pretty decent upgrade. So I'm not updating this site anymore. I'm going to try to get this moved next month or in a few weeks. I want to wait a little bit. I don't want people to get stuck not being able to get my site because I did not get the HSTS update. That's the unfortunate thing. I work with Squarespace, but there was no way to get around that. I have to wait and have my old site up and running before I can switch it over. And then once it is, you just go to my phstudios.com and just get the new Squarespace version. Okay, that is it for that update. Let's open up this. Okay, so I just finished a tutorial that I'll release tonight as well, the rectangle collision detection. And one of the helpful comments was, I got this from my Monogame Basics Tutorial 2 Moving Sprites. You can look at the comments and you can see Nathan Herr, I hope I'm saying that correctly, he suggested that I use presentation mode, and it took me a little bit finding out what he meant, and it was an actual extensions and updates, and it was Visual Studio Productivity Power Tools 2015. So I installed that 9.19, and I've been working with that. So what I did here is it's on now, and I just go to the quick launch and I type in present and I can turn it off, and that will put all the fonts at a smaller text, everything. So when I'm working on it, I do it this way. When I'm ready to start tutorial, I just do present, and I have present on, and that will make everything bigger, and hopefully you will read that much better than my other tutorials. So thanks for this suggestion. I did not even know that existed, and I got that installed, and that's pretty much the only thing I'm using from that tool. So if anybody knows anything cool in that extension, just let me know. So that's it. Tutorials will be coming pretty much weekly now. There's a lot of tutorials queued up that I'm going to be posting. Hopefully I'm going to post a few of them today, including this one. So probably one or two more tutorials. And I'm going to start a C#. I want to discuss a few things that were new to C# 6. And I will discuss something else in that too. Alright, so I hope you will enjoy the tutorials today. I hope you will enjoy the tutorials throughout the next few weeks. The DirectX 12 series, I'm still working on the first tutorial. DirectX 9 did a lot of stuff in the background that we have to do manually for DirectX 12, so that's taking a back seat, and I'm slowly working on building that up. You have to do a lot of stuff. You have to create a lot of swap chains manually, and it's just a lot more coding to create the window and actually start the process more than DirectX 9. So stay tuned for that. I'll give you an update when it's ready to be posted. Alright, so I hope you will enjoy the update. Let me know if you can read this a lot better with the presentation mode on. And I'll see you next time for tutorials. Thanks.